Hello, hi everyone. This is Dr. Cooper. Welcome to the third video of three in this series for the orientation. Now, this one's important because I'm going to show you some things that you need to know about Canvas. And Canvas is going to be important for you if you want to be successful in this class. Obviously, everything you're going to be doing will be found in Canvas. So if you have questions, you'll be able to ask questions within Canvas and so forth. So let's go through this quick demo of what you need to pay attention to be successful in this class. Well, the first thing is that you need to pay attention to announcements. So when you see the very first item after homepage is announcements. But before you do that, all of you can see right in the middle of the page that there's a big Getting Started orientation button. And so that's all you have to do to get started is to click that button. But then after you've completed the orientation and you start working in the class, you want to make a regular habit of checking the announcements. And so when you click over to the announcements, you'll see a list of announcements. You'll also, if you haven't turned this feature off, will get email notifications whenever I post an announcement. I don't recommend turning that off. And so then you would just choose the announcement that you want to read and then make sure you read it. So I usually give a lot of important information about what's going on in the class in my announcements, and I post them weekly. So you want to make sure that you pay attention to those. Okay, so let's go back to that big button that said orientation and look at what has to be done to get started here. All right, so here you can see that there is a list of things to do to get started. Now, because this is a blended class or a hybrid class, and half of your work is online, I need to make sure that you know how to do the online things right away, because I don't want you to be stuck in a class that you're not going to be successful in. So I've given you all of these things to do so that it shows me that you're ready, but it also gets you ready. For instance, adding a picture and filling out a form and enrolling in your online course textbook and things like that. So all you have to do is complete this list of 8 things, and once you're finished with it, your name will pop up on this list down here, and it will show you that you're ready. So when you see your name with big Y's across the board and a big ready, then you're ready to get started with the class. Okay, now over here to the left is your navigation menu. As you can see, it will take you to the different places. So when I ask for you to read the syllabus, you click the syllabus tab and it'll take you there. The 2 most important tabs on this side are, again, the announcements and then also modules, because modules is where all the work is not hidden, but it's where it's located. And I've organized it by the week so that you can tell and see all the things you have to do. So remember that list I just showed you of the things that you have to do? Well, that list is right here. So we click here, you'll see the list written out, but all of these items will take you to the things that you have to do as well. You can do it in several ways. You can keep coming back to the modules page like this one, or you can go to the very first item, which is what I recommend, and then at the bottom of the page, you hit next, and it will take you to the next item. So it's kind of cool in that way. So there's the student information form, and once you've completed that, you'll hit next, and then it'll take you to the next item, which is getting registered for your textbook, and then once you've done that, you'll hit next again, and so forth. So you get the idea, right? So modules and then hitting next, or if you don't want to hit next, just go to the module, make sure you click on the first item, which was this one, and then you can come back and click on these items if you want to. All right? Okay, so Wednesday is the Dropdead Date. Make sure that you've completed the orientation by Wednesday. And then on Wednesday, we're going to start Module 1. Now, you won't be able to enter the module until you've completed the orientation. So you want to make sure that you see green check marks. So let me go in as a student so you can see what I mean by that. So I'm going to put us on pause for a second. Okay, so you can see now that I am in the student view. It's a nice purple, pink there. And you can see that I have no green check marks over here on the right side. And it's not until I actually click on something that I will get a green check mark. Now, module will be locked until you meet all the qualifications. For instance, this says you must view it. This one down here says you must view view. This one you have to submit something, and then view, and then on this, the quiz, you have to score at least 16 or score at least 8 on this lesson. So once you do those things, you'll see green check marks. So I'm going to go ahead and go on to this page so that you can quickly see that I'm on this page. I read the page, then I'm going to hit next. All right. And on this page is the form, so I would fill out this form if I were a student. Then I'm going to hit next. And then the next item is the connect. So I can't show connect in this view, but you'll see it, what you need to do there. All right, let's go back to the modules. All right, now once this page loads, you'll see that I have green check marks because I have viewed these 3 pages. See how now it says viewed. But I still have to submit my student orientation introduction in the discussion forum, and I have to view the videos, etc. But if you're wondering why your module is not open, that's going to be why. Make sure you have green check marks for everything listed in the module, and that'll help keep you organized there. Okay, so that's one of the things I want to point out because the students always have questions about that. All right, one other thing I want to show you is Ask Piazza. So over here is another requirement that you do in the orientation, and it's basically to sign up for this Q&A system. And I like to use this because I know students like myself like to participate with their mobile phones. So Ask Piazza has an app. I've given you an announcement. If you look at announcements, you'll see where to download the app for Ask Piazza. But once you've enrolled in the course, you will then be able to ask questions. And if you are a student who asks a question, other students could answer the question, or the instructor, that would be me, I could answer the question for you as well. So you want to make sure that you go ahead and click on Ask Piazza and then participate in that as well. Okay, let me get out of leave student. No, I'm going to stay in student view. All right, you all know about being able to check your grades. That's going to be important for you. I'm pretty good with keeping up to date with your grades. So you'll be able to go in here and check to see what's going on. I just want to point out that our Connect Handbook reading assignments that you'll see in your gradebook are not graded. So these are required reading, but there aren't any points involved in it. But you'll see them on your gradebook. And as you scroll to the bottom, you'll see them at the bottom. So that's why it looks like we have a ton of assignments. These are all just reading assignments. Okay. Next, you want to make sure that you read the syllabus. I pointed that out already. And the last thing is you want to be able to know where to go to get help. So here's the syllabus. Make sure you are aware of all of the rules and regulations because I'm going to ask you if you've read it and if you understand everything. So if you don't understand, you're going to have an opportunity to ask questions in class. So make sure that you read the syllabus. All right, now lastly, if you run into trouble and you need help, over here on the far blue menu, you'll see a help button. If you click on that, it'll pull out this menu that you can ask your instructor a question, you can search the Canvas guides, you can use Maricopa Student Support. All of these things are available for you to use. You can also use support chat. So I'd like for you to try to find the answer before you ask me a question about Canvas. We also offer help in the tutoring center. So if you want to go to the tutoring center, they will help you as well. Okay, now the last thing I want to show you is modules and how to be successful in the course. So I've already shown you modules, obviously, right? But one thing that I want to point out is that, so when you're in modules, you're going to see that each week has a page. So week 1, week 2. And when you click on the week 1 page, or the week 2, or the week 3, you'll see that there's a very consistent look to each page. There will always be class notes that will remind you of what it is that we'll be working on this week. There'll be an estimate of how much time you will spend this week. So plan for X amount of hours this week. You'll have instructional objectives. And then you'll have this sort of chart or graph that will guide you. So all of the things that I need for you to do before you come to class will be listed in this first column. All the things that we will do in class will be listed in the third column. And then everything that's due by the end of the week, which is Friday, is listed in this column. Okay, so you'll see that most of our work is done during the week. If you want to use the weekend to do your work, then you'll be working ahead. So anything that you do Saturday and Sunday would be what would be due here in this first box. Your reading, any reading that you're assigned will be listed here. And because we have an online textbook, all you have to do is click the button or the link, and it will take you over into Connect, which you will have purchased for a very low cost, a lot cheaper than some of your other textbooks that you'll be purchasing. Then you'll see that this is the textbook reading that you need to read. Now keep in mind that there's more than one section that you have to read, and a lot of times you'll be assigned multiple sections. So where you are looking at 18A, there's 18B, C, and D, and you'd have to click in here to get to those. Okay, so I just wanted to make sure that you understood that. And the other thing is that your assignments are also linked to at the bottom. So you have your reading, and then any lessons that you have to do, and then the assignments. And this week you only have a group discussion to participate in. And if you click that group discussion, it'll take you right into the discussion. But again, if you want to, you can also just click next, and it'll take you to the next thing on the list to do, which would be these lessons. Okay, so I wanted to show you that, and hopefully you'll have a great semester navigating in Canvas.